my act, I'm trying to make it a little bit more variety, so hopefully you don't mind if I talk about it. Like I said, I'm Matthew Buchanan. My friends like to call me Denim McShirty because, well, you can figure it out. That's a real thing. They decided that they would take all of my characteristics and personality traits and go, what really defines Matthew? You know that shirt you wore once on Tuesday? Yeah, let's use that one. So yeah, I've been playing guitar for not super long, not super short, sort of like the, sort of like that Porridge and that bear about the story about the three bears. I'm like the one in the middle. I'm right there. I'm right at the sweet spot. Not legendary, but not too amateur. The last time I performed, it did not go well. I was in a different city, and I was performing with a couple of my friends. And the night before the performance, we thought, it's a good idea. Let's change what we're going to perform completely. And so we wrote a new song, which is already a bad idea. And then 15 minutes before the show started, my friend comes up to me, and he says, hey, Matthew. And I say, what? And he says, I've got a surprise. And I say, what? And he's like, yeah, all my strings are broken. It was not a fun surprise. If you've never had to transpose a song 3 keys down 15 minutes before a show starts, it's not a good time for anyone. But we thought we would go up and we thought we would perform, and then we found out that the 3 mics we thought they had were actually 1, and it didn't work. So, so we thought we'd soldier on, and then one of my friends forgot the lyrics halfway through the song, but the only thing is, he was the only one the mic could pick up. So it was sort of like you would hear like 30 seconds of silence, and then him like say half the chorus, like you'd hear magic, magic.
Hey, are you going to plug that guitar in?
No.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that.
No, it's all right. Even if I could plug it in, which I can't, I don't think I want to be that loud, just in case I make some mistakes. But no, it did not go well, and so I'm hoping to make it better this time around. There was this one girl in the front, and she was like our biggest fan. She was like the cheerleader of the show. There was like 500 people, and the whole time she was, she was into it because she was nice. She understood that this was not going to be a good performance, but she thought she would soldier on with us. And so, like the whole time she was sitting there cheering, like getting into the music, trying to fit along with the beat, even though there wasn't really a beat to begin with. And then at some point, I've just stopped playing my guitar, and I'm looking around thinking, wondering what life is right now. And I look down and I see her, and she's not looking up at all. She's like looking over to the side, and then she sees me and goes, oh! It was like I caught her. Like I walked in and caught her red-handed, and she was like, oh, I forgot. I'm supposed to be the one person who likes this performance. I'm sorry. Anyways, and my songs aren't going to be funny. I'm sorry if I've misled you in that regard. I'm not going to try and be one of those guys who's funny and musically talented because, well, you've already heard my jokes, and let's not hear how the music goes. Anyways, this is a song called Magic. It is about the most innovative and original thing you can think of in music, which is women. I don't know if anyone's written a song about a girl yet. I'm hoping to be the first one there is. Let's see how it goes. was magic. Those of you who are, I try. Those of you who are very astute listeners, you probably caught on to the fact that that was the song that we messed up at the talent show. But I thought I'd be brave. Someone called stupid and revive that song. Yeah. So that performance was probably my worst. But you know, they say that you know, the bad ones are the ones that stick out in your memory, and they're right. But what they don't tell you is that they also haunt your nightmares. I have had many a dreams where I'm sitting on a stage, because I've done theater for years and years and years now, and I have many a dreams where I'm sitting up there getting ready to do like Peter Pan, and then you know the chorus, you know, the orchestra starts, but they don't play Peter Pan. They get up there and they go. And it's terrifying. It's absolutely terrifying from start to finish. But you know, that is probably, or that was my worst performance that I've ever given, and probably my most memorable. Definitely not one I enjoyed in the moment. You know, it's kind of like one of those things where afterwards it's like, you know, this is going to be a great story to tell one day. But the key word there is one day, as in not today or tomorrow or the week after that. But you know, maybe one day down the line, this won't be a huge black spot on my record. So yeah, that song is something that I thought I would revive. This next song is even more original in that it's also about a girl. You know, some of you are probably noticing a theme here, but that's all right. This is a song called Midnight. And I almost thought that I wouldn't play it at first because, if you haven't noticed, I'm not plugged into an amp. But okay, let's give it a shot, right? Just how many there are, and knowing that though they look close, they far. To touch them couldn't be that hard. But I know in the morning, when the light is pouring in, and the darkness fades, it'll be alright, it'll be okay. And I know in the morning, when the light is pouring in, darkness fades, it'll be alright, it'll be okay. Night 3, I'm still sitting on the ground, sitting by myself, just me and the town lost, but I don't wanna be found, a lonely king with an empty crown. The stars give a reflection of where I've gone and where I can go, but I know that no matter where I go, I'll still be leaving on my own. But I know in the morning, when the light is pouring in, the darkness fades, it'll be alright, it'll be okay. But I know in the morning, when the light is pouring in, and the darkness fades, it'll be alright, it'll be okay. That was Midnight. You all been so wonderful. I have to give a shout out. I feel like this table is like my biggest supporter, so like thank you guys. You guys are great. I'm probably gonna get in trouble for saying that, seeing as my mother's right there. But you guys have been great. Thank you very much.
Go, Matthew.